This is the demo for our CS411 final project, ShelfSwap. This is a book sharing app that allows users to manage their personal library of books and the ratings of each book. Also, users can offer book share requests to other users. These users can also join book clubs with other readers with similar interests. I'm Viraj Singh, and I will introduce the home page of this app as well as the searching features. Then my teammate Suwon Kim will demo the My Library portion of this app, where users can rate, add books to their library, and make those books available for swaps. Next, Jonathan Wang will demo the clubs feature of the app, where people can join different clubs and create different clubs. Finally, Aaron Chen will close out the demo by showcasing the swap feature of our app. So I will start off by logging into ShelfSwap using one of our users here. So on the home page, you can see there's a lot of books. There's the trending now section, which shows all the books that are trending with other users. And you can see there's a bunch. And there's also a picked for you section, which shows books that are picked based on your past reviews and the books that are in your library. Here you can also click on a certain book and see extra details about the books, like the author, the year, publisher, and you can also rate books. And I can rate a few others here. Let me see, we can rate a few more. And there's different categories like fair, poor, good, very good, and excellent. So we'll give this book excellent. And we'll give this book good. Now I'll demo the search feature. So we can go to the search part here, and I'll type a book, let's say Ender's Game. And I'll just leave it at that. And you can see the keyword search works, and you can see the Ender's Game book showed up. Here it already has a rating of 5.0, so we can change it to 3. And we can update it back to 5. And also, as you can see, the author, year, publisher information is still here. Now, my teammate Suwon Kim will move on to the library portion.
This is the My Library UI. If you have any books in your collections and you want to put it in here, you can easily do so. And also other people can see your library and see all the books you have. The same thing, you can see your book and book details information. You can also rate the books, give it your own rating. You can also change the condition of the book based on how damaged or newly bought it is. There's also a toggle for availability to exchange it with other people. So if you were to change the rating to 1 star, the average rating will be reflected, and the average is just based on all users who have rated the book. You can also delete books, and that'll make it disappear from your My Library. And you can also add books by the ISBN 10 code. So we'll add the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone book. And you'll be able to change the condition and the availability when you add the book. And The cover page will like preload before you add the book, indicating if it's found in our book database. We'll add another book called Project Hail Mary. And we have like basic information based on your profile with your email name and username. This is our login UI. We're gonna log into another account to demonstrate clubs and book swaps.
Okay, so now we're on the clubs portion. So as you can see here, there are a bunch of different clubs, all with different names. And if you can see under the title of each club, you can see the genre that they're based on. So like that's like what the people in the club would like to read, and then how many members there are. You can also see the owner and what date the clubs were created. So as you can see here, right now there are 100 clubs, I believe, and each of them different names, different everything. And you can also see that we're gonna join a public club right now. So after we join the classic club, you can see that my clubs went up by one because now we're in the classics club. And if you click into it, you see the same information. And now you can also see each member and when they join the club. And then you can also leave the club as well. And then if you go back to clubs, you'll see that your clubs went down by one. And now we're only in the swans, the next chapter, and the reading room. And then next we also have local clubs. So the local clubs is based on the locations of or the general locations of each club and the users. So it'll recommend you. So let's say right now I'm in Champaign, Illinois. The local clubs tab will recommend you clubs that are near your area so that you can more easily exchange books with the people in the club because you're all generally from the same area. So right now there are four of those and we're in one of them. We're in the next chapter and these consist of people that generally live around me right now. So it would be easier to trade with any of these people. And on the top right, you can also create a club. So you can insert a club name, choose what theme you want it to be, like what genres you would like to read, and then set the privacy. So obviously, if it's public, that means anyone can join it. If it's private, no one can join it. And yeah. So now that I created it, we can go on a different account, White Swan 444, and you can see that in the clubs tab, that you can see my club now, and he can join it. And then my clubs will go up to one. And if you go back to White Swan or Big Swan 322 and refresh, you'll see that White Swan 444 is there. And as the club owner, you have the agency to be able to remove members you don't want in there or delete the club. So we can kick White Swan 444 out. And if you go back, you'll no longer be in the club. And then you can join again. And then Big Swan can also just straight up delete the club if he doesn't want it anymore. So here my club will be deleted and it'll be gone from the all clubs tab, my clubs tab, and also for White Swan 444, you'll just see that the club no longer exists. Okay, so now we can move on to the swaps portion and Aaron will take over.
So our last highlighted feature is the swap center. And the first thing you can see here is our received section, and then there's also a sent section at the top. So we want to start off by just creating a swap request. So you can see here, once you click swap request, you have the option to search for a book. So we're going to search for just any book to start. We'll have Project Hail Mary. So then from this page, you can see who owns the book and who not only owns the book, but also has it selected as available. So here we see White Swan 444. So we select White Swan, and then as part of the exchange, we can select the book that we want to give them in exchange for their book. So we're going to select Harry Potter and then send the request. So then we can move over to White Swan 444, and we'll notice that they've received a request from Big Swan. So then here it's shown as pending, and they have the option to either accept it or reject it. So just for the demonstration, we'll accept it here. So then we can go to our library now, and then we'll see the Harry Potter book that we got from Big Swan is now in our library. And then on top of that, we can give it a rating, modify the condition if we thought it was originally inaccurate. And then we'll see if we go back to the original account, we also have the new copy of Project Hail Mary from White Swan. And then we can also give it a rating here. And if we go back to swaps into our sent section, we'll see the request that we just sent, and also see in the top right corner that it was accepted. So then the final step would be to mark as returned when the transaction is undone and each person has the original book. And then we can go back to our library section and notice that not only are there not two copies of Project Hail Mary anymore, but our original Harry Potter book is also back. And then we go back to White Swan and notice that their book is also back as was intended. So then as a whole, we feel like our swap feature really ties into the idea of building a community around your books, as it requires people to just find others with similar interests and then also exchange with them and then just build a relationship through that. And we feel like this really adds to our product as a whole. So then our last step is to just log out, and then any new user can sign in.